What is up, everybody, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at what has happened in the month of September of 2024 in Hamilton, Ontario. If you're new to the channel, you're actually going to see how I do things a little bit differently compared to what the boards are releasing when it comes to year-over-year statistics. So if you're in the midst of either buying or selling or even contemplating it, wouldn't you want to know what happened the month prior, or maybe look at a 90-day span and see exactly what happened? Obviously, if realtors are giving you a 90-day history for what happened when a home had sold, why wouldn't you look at those same stats to see whether or not it's the right time to buy, if the amount that you're willing to spend makes sense according to what has happened in the last 90 days? Looking at what happened last year is not going to change anything when it comes to you jumping into the market. So in this video, we're going to look at the majority of the dwelling types within Hamilton, take a look at what's happened with the inventory, as inventory is going to create some pressure on house prices overall, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every single dwelling type has been affected. So we're going to go into that a little bit. I do like to go over median prices. The Hamilton board, which does a great job of at least creating a visualization for us to see what has happened when it comes to all dwelling types. And then hopefully you will use this information to arm yourself. So the idea of these videos is to arm you, make you a better real estate investor, especially if you're trying to make that very first purchase. It is very important to be able to be guided the right way instead of just having somebody say, well, hey, this is a great buy, and you don't know nothing about it. Hamilton especially is a very tricky area because you need to understand the geographical locations and see which postal codes actually hold greater value. If you do have any questions regarding real estate or mortgages, I highly encourage you to give me a call via my Calendly link. The link is in the description below, and we can go over all things real estate and mortgages, as I am a level 2 mortgage agent. So without further ado, let's get into the numbers for Hamilton, Ontario. So we've seen the sales levels actually at historic lows. And so we're trying to see now whether or not inventory is going to create further pressure on home prices or if they'll go up. Good news for homeowners that are looking to sell. Prices have marginally upticked, which is a great thing. But inventory is also up high. And what happened was, during the months of July and August, we had pretty much all the buyers sitting on the market. Houses were not doing anything. Nothing was being sold. And so if an agent is telling you that they were very busy, they're probably bullshitting you, just trying to get your listings. And the reality is that there was no activity. And even if you did list it, you saw barely, little to zero activity. Now, what's happened is pretty much everyone else has got the same idea that in September they would relist their properties in hopes of garnering more attention and more buyers coming onto the market because of interest rates. So now where we stand today is that the Bank of Canada is looking at doing a larger rate cut. I think the sentiment is around 50-50 for a 50 basis point rate cut. And further, 25 perhaps before the end of the year, which is great. I think that is around the amount to actually see activity spur. February market is really where things are going to heat up in the sense that we'll be trending in the right direction. We just need to see whether or not buyers are coming onto the market and absorbing the inventory. We had a total number of sales of 459 units sold. And last month, we actually had 424 units sold. Now we're going to take a look at where the major effects have taken place. We've got 1,487 new listings. Out of those 1,487 new listings last month, we actually had 955, almost a 50% increase in just the new listings. Moving on, we're got to take a look at what happened to inventory, and inventory is now sitting at 2,471 units. Last month, 1,922 units. So again, if you want to look at what's happened year over year, but really even month over month, again, almost 550 units or so increase. We've got the total months of supply only getting worse right now. We've got 5.4 months of supply. Last month, we were at 4.5. If you take a look at my older videos, you'll actually be able to take a look at what happened to the inventory there. And so again, not looking good overall. We've got the average days on market is now sitting at 40 days versus last month's 34.8 days on the market. So again, almost like a 6-day increase there. Now, if we look at what happened with the residential average prices here, we've got an average price of $816,000. Last month, though, $794,000. So there is an uptick there. Now, this chart here is going to tell us what's happening per dwelling. Let's take a look at the median prices to really give ourselves an idea of what's happened. And where we stand here is you've got a median price this month of $795,000. Versus last month's 779. So we're seeing an uptick there. Semi-detached 664 versus last month's 665. So barely any change there. Row homes at 660,000. We were actually at 686,000 last month. And we have apartments at 465 versus 387 last month. So a significant uptick there. If we take a look at where the majority of the activity again has taken place, it is in pretty much where the median prices lie, $600,000 to $800,000. And we're just looking at where the majority of the activity has actually taken place throughout all of Hamilton. And what we have is Hamilton Mountain, number 1, followed by Stoney Creek, and then Hamilton East and Hamilton Center. So inventory pressures are becoming an issue. However, we are still seeing prices uptick slightly where buyers are probably saying that this might be the time to take advantage of the lower prices. Now, if you're in the market of actually purchasing a home, these are things that you need to sort of contemplate, and your real estate professional should be able to at least help you by providing you as much information as possible. And so what you're going to need to do is be able to take a look and say, hey, let's see exactly where prices are and how much can prices continue to slide. So you got to be able to take a look at inventory levels. You got to be able to take a look at the historic levels and then see whether or not this makes sense. I did create a video talking about the lag effect that actually occurs when it comes to rates coming down and when do house prices actually go up. And there is a lag period. So we are kind of in that period where home prices are kind of coming down. Have they bottomed out? We really don't know, but I don't see it sliding much more than where they have. I hope you found this video of value to you. If you do like the content that I provided today, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video with somebody that you feel may benefit from the content that I'm providing. Until then, stay savvy, stay informed, stay knowledgeable, and may your investments flourish and your dreams of home ownership become a reality. And we'll catch you on the next one.